All right, Nation. Really appreciate you all. Thank everybody for tuning in. I want to be able to talk to you guys on cornerback play or defensive back play. I've been looking at some of the film from last year, and as of lately, we've been looking at it like, well, Byron Jones is gone, and now we have a different philosophy, a different scheme, or different system, collectively speaking. But when we really look into it, we can say to ourselves and look at this part of it and say, well, the cornerback play been solid. It's just that those boys have not beginning what turnovers and takeaways. So now that I'm looking at it, I was pondering, and I said, first, before we start looking at the draft, we got to evaluate our own guys. So I started to look at Jordan the Hip Pocket Lewis, and I said, okay, what game stood out the most? And the game that stood out the most was the fact that this game right here, the Cole Beasley game, the Cole Beasley game stood out the most, and it was not a good game for him. It was not a good game for the safety, Xavier Woods. And I do know that that was the old classic Tampa 2. It was also a game, when I looked at everything, it was the old classic Cole Beasley eating up a guy that he know for sure his weakness. That's the situation. That's the situation. It was a bad because of the scheme. Shout out to you, Zach. My thing is, it goes beyond the scheme. One on one, most of the time, it was Cole Beasley versus Jordan Hip Pocket Lewis. Let me repeat. It was Cole Beasley versus Jordan Hip Pocket Lewis, one on one to the inside, and it didn't look good for my boy. It didn't. But I would say, can we get that same work action if you kick Jordan Hip Pocket Lewis to the outside? Because he had no hip pockets against that game. So when I look at this thing, I can say this right here. Hopefully, we have a safety over the top that will make people pay. Ha ha, Clinton Dix, maybe he could be that guy. The big play that Cole Beasley was able to catch on Jordan was two factors. One, he flipped his hips onto the outside when he went to the inside. Two, the safety over the top helped out the Josh Jones kid who was trailing the, I want to say, tight end up the field. And he gambled, and he took the wrong gamble. And I'm talking about Xavier Woods. The other thing was, if you go back and watch the game, it should be free. So everybody who have access to the internet, go to NFL.com/Game Pass, and they are allowing people to watch that for free, 99. You can look up the All 22. I should have the video out maybe tomorrow. It's just way too late right now to put the video together. But the other thing was the front four. That was the game that, dare I say, Tristan Hill started in. Tristan Hill. You remember those who out there watching this film right here, or this me live right now? Do you guys remember that's when the quarterback number 17, Allen, stood up forever and he just kept on standing? He wasn't even bouncing; he was just stood still, and he ripped the ball and let the ball go. And I'm telling you, that's because he had no pressure into the inside. Oh, for those who say it's late, time is only relative. You say it's early on the West Coast, it's late on the East Coast, but in your mind, it can be whatever time that you have. That's what time is. It's only relative, right? So don't worry about the time. And this is the only time that I have where it's peace, what is it? Tranquility. Tranquility, that's the name. That's the word I want to use. It's silent. Oh, yes, it's silent right now. And you can get a lot of work done when it's quiet, right? Yes, indeed. What's up, Natasha? Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, because my girls are asleep. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, Natasha. Yeah, you don't want to wake them girls up. You don't want to wake them up. But y'all know over here, we gonna wake you up. Do you want to keep Jordan Lewis? This is from Tom Trey. Yes, I want to keep Jordan Lewis. I want to keep him. I think that he plays better, although his size doesn't dictate that he can be a better on the outside, but I think he plays better on the outside. I really do. I think that the coaching staff looked at his size and said to themselves, we're going to kick him inside and make him the slot. I think that Anthony Brown, believe it or not, I think that even Anthony Brown plays better on the outside versus the inside. I think that both of those positions, the last coaching staff got it wrong. They got it wrong. I think that Cheeto Woozier, he's pretty good, but I think that he plays better at safety. I think that Cheeto plays better like what he did in college, blitzing off the edge, doing those type of things. Yes, yes. Would you draft a cornerback? This is from Locksman. I love the Q&As, Cowboy Nation. I love when you guys give me the Q&A. The Q&A action. Yes, I think that we have to draft a corner. Looking at everything, thinking about what we have right now, everything points towards a corner. You can hide a lot of things, but that cornerback play, baby, you can't hide that. You guys remember how crazy it was when we used to get burnt, when our cornerbacks used to get burned. Oh my goodness, the Royals used to look crazy out there. We will be up by 20 points, and all of a sudden you look up and there's a wide receiver streaking down the field. Cornerbacks don't know how to stop nothing. Shout out to you, Rock. Really appreciate you. Shout out to you, Isom. Thank you for tuning in. What round of a quarterback? I think you asking that, Natasha. I think that we should still draft a quarterback. I love Dak Prescott. I love Dak Prescott. I love his ability. But if this thing continue to go the way it's going, then I think that every year you draft a quarterback. Every year. Every freaking year, you just continue to draft the quarterback. Continue to draft the quarterback. And it's just how it goes. What round? I don't know. I'm not a person that can see into the future, but I can look at the tendencies and the traits of things, and I can say, okay, Mike McCarthy is known for getting that, going there and getting there. 9 months. Shout out to you. What's up, Law Nation? Hope you're being safe. Yes, I'm being safe out here. Here's another thing. Speaking of defensive backs, there are two things that we have to take under consideration. One would be this. We have to understand that the defensive front four is going to be better, right? That's just off of just pure understanding of football. Because when I look back at that Bills game, and although the quarterback, Josh Allen, he was just being able to stand still in the pocket. And then when the pocket collapsed a little bit, he was still able to step up through the lanes or what have you to find his target. I would say this. These cornerbacks and then the new philosophy that we're going to roll with, I would only hope that they can count in their heads, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, the ball is out. Turn around, look for the ball. And I'm thinking that they're going to look at it like we're going to create pressure from the interior and then shoot these linebackers either through the A gap or either through the B gap, or having the linebackers to line up on the edge there to send double blitzes off the edge. There was a certain play that I want to do a film session on, and it was against that same team, the Bills team. And that same play correlates to what we did against the Jets team when I guess Robbie caught that big pass. We got into the money zone, red zone, green zone, the opposing team. We had them stuck in that area, or in the goal line situation, whereas they're backed up on their own goal line or what have you, backed up on their own side of the field, basically. What happened here is that we played it too safe. I think that if you were to send an extra guy on either of those plays, the wide receivers would not have time to run those long stem routes and being able to catch the ball. I think that if this team takes the approach and say, okay, if the quarterback managed to get the ball out, then dog it, he's just a good quarterback. But I think that we're going to send more than they can block, and we're going to try to get, because we're going to try to get it. We smell blood in the water. Breaking down that play, they sent only 4. Remember, football, naturally, you have 5 offensive linemen. I'm going to repeat, naturally, you have 5 offensive linemen. Naturally, you have 5 offensive linemen. I'm going to repeat, I'm going to say it one more time. You have 5 offensive linemen naturally. Regardless of how you line up in the football league, you have 5 offensive linemen. They kept the running back for extra safety. Oh, what side the running back was on? On DeMarcus Lawrence side. So now, technically, you have 6 against 4. Rob Marinelli, or you can say, what's his name, the yelling guy, Chris Richard. I call him Christopher Richard. You can say that, hey, they thought that they can get 4, pressure with 4, drop as many as people as possible to, I guess, jump the ball or what have you, whatever it may be. But this is what they did. They gave 4 rushing guys. Really, it was 3 down linemen, and then you brought Jalen in inside, so that'll give you 4. Jalen didn't even blitz. He was like the quote unquote spy guy, and had everybody else drop off in coverage. My thing is, they also gave you only a single high safety look, meaning that Xavier Woods was the only guy high. Everybody else man to man across the board. Guess what Josh Allen, or whatever his name is, was able to do? No pressure from the interior. He was able to scan and survey the field. He looked to his left. There was only 1 wide receiver to his left, 3 on the right side of him. Well, 2 wide receivers and a tight end. And he looked to his left. He counted in his head. The pressure collapsed. The running back, he chipped. He was on the side of, dare I say, DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm just drawing out the play for you guys. He was on the side where DeMarcus Lawrence was at. DeMarcus Lawrence outran. He lined it too wide, so all the tackle had to do, the right tackle had to do, is shove him a little bit, and the running back was sitting there like, hey, sure, there's no pressure at all. I'm gonna squirt out too to give my quarterback an alleyway to throw through. Josh Allen, he was able to get the pressure from DeMarcus Lawrence, and all he did was step 2 steps forward, and he caught Cole Beasley wide the world open. Similar play with the Jets, but they scored a touchdown. Newsflash, if Cole Beasley had a little bit more wiggle, yards after catch, it would have been a long touchdown as well, and I'll break that down. But I just want to be able to tell you guys, when I saw that, when I was looking at the film, I said, boy, oh boy, we had problems, whereas we were just playing it too safe and too close to the vest. It was. Let me see what you guys are talking about over here, man. Shout out to you, man. Joseph Ventura, really appreciate you. John, really appreciate you. Hey, guys, put down stay at home, ride a cowboy. Yeah. Shout out to you, man. Y'all put down where you all are from. Yeah, put down where you all are from. The yelling guy crying. Yes, Christopher Richard, the yelling guy. Yes, indeed. But, I will be yelling too if you kind of messed up on your Germany. Daniel, what's up, man? What's up, New York? John, what's up, man? Galveston. Hope you guys got enough water at your house, tissue, all of the essentials items. I hope you guys are staying at home or what have you. And I hope you guys don't fall into the news media too much. Step outside if you got a patio, a balcony. If you don't have neighbors that's looking over at you all the time, step outside, take your shirt off, get some of that vitamin D, Vitamin D is good for you. The sun. The sun is good for you. Tyler, Texas. Austin, what's up, man? Shout out to you, Fleaver. What's up with you, John? Hope the Cowboys pick up Ruggs. I don't know. I know I've seen a lot of people. Shout out to G Mac, man, from Mississippi. Yes, indeed. Take your shirt off. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Natasha. Take your shirt off and go out there and get some of that sun, I hear people all the time saying, man, I I taking my vitamin C, I'm taking this, I'm taking that. It doesn't do anything for you if your body can't absorb it. And that's what vitamin D does. That you absorb all of that stuff. Shout out to you, man, Isaac. So, I'm only telling you guys what helped me out, even make your beard hair grow. Shout out to Adams, man. Shout out to you, Bob, man. Yeah, shout out to you. Rock Lee says he likes CJ Henderson. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Eddie Russell, man, thank you so much, man, for being one of those sponsors. Um, who else we got? I like the Clemson, AJ. Shout out to you. Uh, you AJ Terrell guy? I don't know, man. Do you rather draft Henderson or Lamb? Here's the thing. Both players can play up to 10 years, right? You got wide receivers who normally play up to anywhere from 7 to 10 years, give or take. Cornerbacks can play to 7 to 10 years, give or take, at a good level, and then they can switch over to safety role or what have you. CD Lamb would be the sexy pick. It would be the pick where his jerseys will sell faster. You can see his process and progress a whole lot quicker. Cornerback play is a different animal. Cornerback play, you may see a few flashes here. Normally, when you are a rookie cornerback too, or defensive back, however you want to call it, they might want you to play some special teams. So, I think CD Lamb, he will give you some special team as well. CD Lamb will be the sexy pick. CJ Chris Jr., however you want to call him, Henderson, he would be like that solid pick that we look at and we'll say, man, hey, the kid going to be awesome. Just like Jalen Ramsey. I know a lot of people look at Jalen and they say, man, he ain't worth the fifth or sixth overall draft pick in 2016. He already been traded to another team or what have you. But we saw, as good as he was coming out of college, we saw him get burnt. And that's going to happen. Wide receivers drop the ball, but they can make it back up the next play. Cornerback, defensive back, they get burnt. It's all over the TV ways. And you have to have one of these things playing defensive back. You have to have a short-term memory, but you have to also have one of those memories where you can remember what happened to you. Ruggs is like Teddy Jen. Yeah, but more, a little bit more elusive. Ted Ginn, yeah. Just a little bit more elusive than Ted Ginn. More refined. Yes, Rocco. Yes, a better word. He's more refined, like wine. What kind? Whatever on your mind. But I like KJ Hamler too. I like him. I like the Lamb Look, Cowboy Nation. You guys heard it from me. It's always going to be somebody that we didn't hear of. Watch next year. Let's put a wager on it. Let's put a wager on it. Friendly wager. I'll give you guys 20 push-ups, right? if CD Lamb is the head to toe best wide receiver in the 2020 draft, I'm talking about actually, in the NFL. I know coming before he played down in the NFL, he's the best. But when it's all said and done, it won't be him. Watch. It will not be him. It will be somebody. It will be somebody else. Watch. It's going to be somebody else. It's going to be this other wide receiver from some obscure state that we were like, man, why we didn't pick him up? Why? That's just how it is with cornerbacks. I mean, running backs, or with wide receivers. Oh, I'm sorry. Or with, dare I say, tight ends. It's always somebody from an unknown school or from somebody that dropped or slipped. It's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. And then everybody look at, oh man, what happened to CD? Hey man, this Laviscus Chenault kid, shout out to DeSoto. This kid was just, why we didn't get him? It's always like that. Law, you think the Cowboys will sign Dez Bryant? This is from John. My thing it is what it is, man. I don't know, man. My thing is, if we don't pick up the wide receiver in this particular draft, Dez, what's up? We still got these 88 jerseys that can fit you. Come on out for a cup of coffee. Shout out to you, AJ. If it ain't live, it ain't me. Live like 95, baby. But I'm not going to take all your time, though. I'm going to give you guys, another 5 minutes or so. And then I'm going to have me a good old nightcap and go to bed, right? What do you think about KJ Hill, though, in the fourth round? I just didn't like KJ Hill's slow running style. I just don't think that translates well. I just don't know. KJ Hill, he just didn't really spark out to me, when I saw him in the Senior Bowl or what have you. I turned 18 today. Well, technically tonight, 10K. Boy, oh boy, I remember when I was 18. Shout out to you, man. You becoming a man. Yeah, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. That's going platinum now, fam. So when I make it millions, when I'm making millions, hit me up. Or woman, how it goes. Shout out to you, Locks. You like T. Higgins? He's 6'4", 6'5". I think T. Higgins will be a better prospect for the Eagles. I think that he would fit well in their system. But T. Higgins for us, I think. The way he round his routes a little bit, he is a dog though. I like his overall collective skill set, but I think that you can get somebody a little bit better than T Higgins, believe it or not. But if we so happen to get T Higgins, it could be T Higgins. He could be the best wide receiver in this particular draft, believe it or not. That's just what it goes like. I do know that the Cowboys interviewed him. I think that a lot of people misconstrued my message about we talking too much, we giving out too much information. And on the flip side, from a fan perspective, it's good. This is good stuff from us. For the Dallas Cowboys to have all of these multiple Zoom cameras and giving out information, whether it's false or good. My thing is, whenever you try to misguide or mislead someone, there's truth in every argument. There's truth in every lie, you see. So I just want people to understand that there's angles and there's reasonings why you brought in this particular guy. You can learn so much about a person. For those who have kids, you know a lot about that. You do. You know a lot about it. They can lie straight up to your face. And you'll sit back and you will just listen to see how much of a lie they can do it. I mean, from a biblical aspect, I always like to give you guys some of this biblical reference. When Adam and Eve, oh yeah, when they was on this earth or planet or universe or time, it was crazy in a sense because when Adam bit of the fruit, or when Eve bit of the fruit, when both of them was aware and cognitive of their fleshly body, right? They said, "Oh snap! I'm naked. I gotta put some clothes on, man. I gotta put some figs on." They went and made some fig bush, and he done made himself some drawers, and she made herself some panties, what have you, and covered up her tatas. But this creator that's all knowing, that knows everything from A to Z, this being, right, who created himself with the most power. People call him the Most High. Some people call him God, Allah, Yahweh, whatever you want to call him. He was going to and fro, and he was walking around, and he said, "Let me check up on my kids right quick, see what they doing." He checked up on them, and they was hiding. He called for them. Your kids do the same thing to this day, right? He called upon them. He said, "Hey, what's going on? Adam, what's good? Where you at, man? What you got that stuff on for you? What you got this thing on for, man? What you got this figs? What you got these things on for?" And he said, "I cover myself." Basically, he said it because I'm naked. See, God already knew the answer, but he asked him anyway. Who told you you was naked, you say? I want you guys to let that sink into your mental. See, a lot of times we would know when some people are lying, to kick it. We would know their intentions. We would know which way they're trying to go. We would know what they're trying to do before they even say it. But sometimes it just feel good when you ask them to see how deep and how long would they go with that lie and how would they really rat. Are you a rat? Are you a snake? It locks it. I can smell a lie. Yes, yes, yes. Q, what's good with you? Man, I'm giving y'all some free 99 wisdom over here. What the first thing he said, man, dog, God, come on, man. It was that woman you gave me. It wasn't me. It was her. Adam was the first snitch out here. It was the woman you gave me, huh? It wasn't my ideal. Boy, that's some deep conversation for you guys, man. I really appreciate you all, man. Shout out to you, Ken. Blake Jordan will become a star, minus the blocking, 10K. Don't sleep on his blocking, though. He did a pretty good, decent job. Brother, he said you sound like Skeletor. Maybe I am. Yes, preach it, Lord. Shout out to you, John. Law, a talented dude, man. I really appreciate you, Locks, man. Live like 95, baby. All right, so I'm gonna get my libations, get my nightcap, and I'll see you guys in the AM if everything stays the same. I really appreciate you all. Always a lady. Oh man, I love you. Thank you so much. Don't forget, guys. Look, we're trying to grow this thing. And it's much more in my head than knowledge of football, right? But I want to grow this thing. I want you guys to be safe. I want you all to see 2021 with me because I'm already speaking and naming and claiming it, right? And I want you all to experience the Super Bowl when we win it, right? When we host that Lombardi trophy up and tears are flowing down our eyes, I want everybody that can hear my voice experience it with us, right? And that's what makes the journey, that's what makes this pathway great because we went through our trials and tribulations, we went through our struggles, but we come out. Also, I can't wait for Alden Smith to recapture his time of greatness. I really think that the brother, there's a video out there that him running on a treadmill, and I know it's kind of like, it's just hype law. I should have pulled up the video and say, thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session. As we take a deeper look at Alden Smith running on a treadmill. You guys can Google it. He's big boy running on a treadmill. But what's deeper within the confines of the storyline is this right here, Cowboy Nation. Is that Alden Smith, he said in 2018, he was sleeping under a car. That's deep. That's deep. For him to sleep under a car, for him to now get a check for $4 million if everything works out, I believe, or $2 million, whatever it is. That's favor, baby. That's favor. And everybody loves a good success story. And I say sometimes that success happens in private, right? Failure in full view because everybody knows you when you fall. Everybody knows when you under your lowest moment. Everybody know when you fall and then they say, hey, if you fall, try to land on your back because if you can look up, you can get up. And I'm telling you guys, this brother Alden, if he can get his affairs together as it relates to his mental capacity, he might have us a steal. We might have us a steal. And I don't want to pump it up like hype talk, but the man was sleeping under a car. Not on top of it, but under it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now look at how the favor and what he's going to do now for the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all know what number he's going to wear? Y'all know what number he's going to wear? Y'all hit that up. Y'all let me know because you guys know I love numbers. The Bible is a weapon. Yes, indeed. The basic instructions before leaving Earth, right? This team, the third best corner, Prochet. Yeah. We will see. We will see with the cornerbacks. We will see with the defensive back. We will see with everything. Cowboy Nation, that's all the time that I have for this beautiful night. Don't forget to hit that like button. Share, share, share. Sharing is caring. Share it off. Share it off throughout the whole entire world. Just let people know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. I'm out. Peace.